yeah, it's me again. It's the guy with no name. What we're doing is going to go over the results of Week 14. Week 14 in the NFL, they're in the books, so we're going to go over how we did. Just to let you know, I did 8 out of 16, so that was pretty decent. It's pretty good. 8 out of 16, that's half, but that's about, you know, well, it is half, so it's not so bad, not so good. So let's get into it here. Oakland at Kansas City was a Thursday night game. Kansas City was a 3.5 point favorite. 46 is the over under. The result of the game was Oakland 13, Kansas City 21. So Kansas City does win, and they actually did cover. I had Oakland plus the 3.5 points, so I got that wrong. The game was at the 46, I believe it was a push. That's what I wrote down here anyway. Let's get going into the noon games. Denver at Tennessee. Tennessee was a 1 point favorite at home. 44 was the over under. I went with Denver minus the 1 point. I'm sorry, one. Yeah, Tennessee. It looks like I went with Tennessee minus the 1 point. Yeah. So Tennessee ends up winning. So actually, I have to get that right. I'm sorry. So I was 9 out of 16. So I'm sorry, I got that one right. Well, look at that. So all of a sudden, I'm ahead of it. So we're gonna keep going here. So that was good. I mean, that actually made my week now all of a sudden. San Diego at Carolina was the next game. Carolina minus 3 points. I'm sorry. Carolina minus 1.5 point was the line. Actually, by the time it went off, it was Carolina minus 1 was the line. 49.5 was the over under. So I picked the over to stay over. The result is San Diego 16, Carolina 28. So Carolina at home taking care of business, doing pretty good. They beat a pretty decent San Diego team, streaky team. I think they're very streaky for some reason. I went with San Diego plus 1. I just wasn't feeling Carolina. They were really going anywhere. I mean, I don't know what's going on with them. They have some internal issues with people being suspended or following rules or whatever, not wearing a tie. Stupid shit. Anyway, so yeah, I got that one wrong. I went with San Diego. Carolina actually comes out and wins and has a great ass game. The next game is Houston at Indianapolis. Indianapolis minus 6 points is the line. 47.5. I'm sorry, Indianapolis minus 6.5, and the line is 47.5 points. The result of the game was Houston 22, Indianapolis 17. I went with Indianapolis to cover, and they actually straight out lost. So I lost that one, and the game, of course, did not go over. It was 22-17. It was a divisional game, and I thought Indianapolis would come out and win, and no, they didn't. So I was wrong about that game. Keep going around here. Cincinnati at Cleveland. Well, Cleveland's in that tough division. I mean, they got to play these guys. So it's a divisional game. The line was Cincinnati minus 5.5. 41 is the over/under. Result is Cincinnati 23. Cleveland putting up 10 points. Cincinnati, of course, covers that line. Honestly, I think it was kind of a small line. Cincinnati covers that 5.5, and the game did go over 23-33. No, it did not go over. It stayed under. I'm going to keep rolling along here. Pittsburgh at Buffalo. Pittsburgh is a 2.5 point favorite. 45.5 is the over/under. Result of the game is Pittsburgh 27, Buffalo 20. So Pittsburgh does cover that. Actually, they outright win by 7 points. So I was right on both of these. Pittsburgh's just a great team on the road, off the road, or whatever the hell. I mean, I think they're just good. Arizona at Miami. Everybody knows that I'm a big guy. I like Arizona. I'm big on Arizona. So what happened? The line was Arizona minus 2 points. 43.5 is the over/under. Arizona ends up putting up 23 points. Miami puts up 26 points. So Miami outright wins. So I was wrong about this one. The over/under was 43.5, and that one actually did go over. I picked Arizona, and well, Arizona did lose. Tough, right? Yeah, I know. Chicago at Detroit. Detroit is a 7.5 point favorite. 42 is the over/under. This game does not go over. The result is Chicago 17, Detroit 7, Detroit 20. So I was actually right about this one. I thought Chicago would keep it close, and they actually did keep it close. So I went with those 7. That's 7.5 points. Spread is I took the points basically. Chicago did lose, but they kept it close, as I thought. So I got that one right. Over under did not go over. Minnesota at Jacksonville. Minnesota was a 3.5 points favorite on the road. 38 is the over under. That's kind of low. So it did go with the over on this one. The result was Minnesota 25, Jacksonville 16. So Minnesota actually does win this one by quite a big margin. They do cover, and the game does go over. So I was right on both of those. Washington at Philadelphia. The line is Washington minus 2 points, and this is on the road, dog. Or they're on a road. So. And the 48 is the over/under. It's kind of a high over/under, but in this game, Washington puts up 27, Philadelphia puts up 22. I went with Philadelphia plus the 2 points. Don't ask me why. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I was thinking that they were at home. That's what I was thinking. I got this one wrong, but the game did go over. That was the noontime games. We're gonna go into the afternoon games here. Minnesota or New York Giants. The New York Jets at San Francisco 49ers. The line is San Francisco minus 3, and the over/under of 43. The New York Jets put up 23 points, and San Francisco only puts up 17 points. I went with the New York Jets plus the 3 points. I've always kind of been a fan of the New York Jets, and that kind of reflects on my picks here. So I got that one right, and the game did not go over because San Francisco cannot put up 10 points. They put up 17 points, but they're not putting up any points. It's just kind of the way that team sucks right now. Seattle at Green Bay. Seattle was a 3-point favorite. 45 was the over/under. I was all over Seattle because I just didn't have any faith in Green Bay anymore, but I was wrong. It's the game. Seattle puts up only 10 points, and Green Bay puts a whopping 38 points to outright win this game. So I was wrong about this, and it did go over because Green Bay puts up a bunch of points. It was at Green Bay, so maybe I should have known better, but just Green Bay wasn't the same Green Bay. They shut me up, at any rate. Let's keep going here. Atlanta at Los Angeles. Atlanta is a 6-point favorite. They do put up a 20 points, and the over/under is 45. So I thought that was a way small over/under. We'll look at the results here. Atlanta puts up 42 points. Los Angeles puts up 14 points. So Atlanta easily covers those 6 points, and the game does go over. I think people just don't think Goff's putting up points. He doesn't look all that good myself either. Maybe now we know why he has been riding bench this whole time, right? New Orleans at Tampa Bay, the next game. The line is Tampa Bay minus 2. 51 is the over/under. New Orleans only puts up 11 points, and Tampa Bay puts only 16 points. So this game stayed way over. I was right about that. It was way under, actually. I picked the under. And I went with Tampa Bay minus the 3 points. Tampa Bay actually pulled off the win, but they only won by 5 points. But they still did. They still did the win. That one was kind of odd. I was expecting fireworks in that one, but the defense did prevail in that one. Kept the game scores pretty freaking low. Dallas at New York Giants. The line was Dallas minus 4. The 46.5 was the over/under. Dallas only puts up 7 points. New York Giants only put up 10 points, but they had enough points to win the game. I picked Dallas. I picked Dallas to win by more than the 4 points, even on the road. These teams that did play earlier in the season, and of course the Giants were the only team to have ever defeated these Cowboys, and guess what? They did it again. So I don't know what's going on with that. They have their number for some reason. Maybe they will meet in the playoffs. That's a possibility. They're in the same division, but if one of them does win a lower seed and the other one wins the division, you could see that in the playoffs, which will be interesting. We'll see about that. But I was wrong on both of those. Baltimore and New York at New England. New England is a 6.5 point favorite. 45 is the over/under. Baltimore puts up 23 points. New England puts up 30. So New England actually does barely cover that score, and I did guess that. I got New England, and this game did go over. So I did pretty all right. Like I said, I did 9 out of 16 this week. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted. I'm going to put up another video right now about the preview for the next week, and we will get going. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh.